right, testing 1, 2, 3. We are live. We are 3 minutes early. Let's just see if this is working. Everything is up and running. All right. All right, I believe we're live and we're going to start promptly at 1 p.m. So this class is being recorded. If you could hear me clearly, put 111 in the chat. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, everything seems up. Everything seems to be working. So just 2 more minutes. Just 2 more minutes. If you could hear me clearly, put 111 in the chat. If you can see me clearly, put 222 in the chat. Okay. All right. So pretty much, all systems go. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So let me start. So I guess more people will join in as time goes along. So good day, everyone, and welcome to the resumption of Lunch and Learn. Lunch and Learn is a class that is held on Sundays at 1 p.m. Every Sundays at 1 p.m. on this YouTube channel. It is a free class and it is geared towards primary school students at all levels. And I encourage you to subscribe and like and share the video or leave a comment and let us know how we can better serve you. But I just want to get into the class immediately, okay? All right, because we did begin exactly at 1 p.m. today. It is 1 p.m. right now, okay? So I just want to be very respectful of people's time. And this class, you could have your lunch, you could eat in the comfort of your own home around your family, and it's basically a free primary school class. So first of all, before I go on with the content of this video, let me say first of all that for with God, nothing shall be impossible. Okay? So when you're studying, remember that God is definitely there on your side. You have your support system, you have your parents, your teachers, your family, your principal, and you have me cheering you on and urging you on. So as a student, sometimes it can be very stressful, but remember that you need to do your best, and God will do the rest. Without God, right, is difficult because you need that encouragement and you need to understand that God is there for you and God wants the best for you. Okay? All right? I just wanted to start with that word of encouragement there. Okay, so today is going to be a language arts class. I know the header says creative writing. It does get into creativity, so it's kind of like a language arts and creative writing combination class today. Okay, but generally it's under language. Okay, so this is a language arts masterclass. So welcome if you are a returning student or a subscriber to the channel or a new subscriber. I hope that you benefit from this. Even if you're not on the live, you can still benefit from the recording. So the class rules for the Lunch and Learn are pretty basic. Please be respectful and be kind. There is a chat open in case you want to ask a question. The chat is wide open and you can ask a question or leave a comment there. All right. But always be respectful and be kind to each other on the chat, please. Also, as you can see there, write your questions and comments in the chat. So there's a chat box there, and you can interact with me there. I will not be able to hear your voice like if it's a virtual private class with Zoom or Google Meet or Microsoft Teams, but you can't chat with me there. I'm doing it solo today. So if you do drop a question there, I will be able to see it. All right? Yeah. Okay. So today we're gonna look at stretchy sentences. Stretchy sentences. And this is to help students add more detail to their writing. Because sometimes you're writing a paragraph, a description, narrative, descriptive story, or you just want to explain your feelings and express your feelings about something, or you want to just write about something. Sometimes it's difficult to write, it's difficult to add detail because you want to express things, but it's kind of hard to do that. So, stretchy sentences is a way of doing that. Okay? Now, warning, if you have not seen Virtual Lunch and Learn episode 2, which is on the YouTube channel with nouns, verbs, and adjectives, please watch that video as a revision because you're going to need to know what is a noun, what is an adjective. I will go through it a little bit here, but look at that video on the YouTube channel. It's very, very concise and there's a lot of information and it's a good revision video on the YouTube channel there. Okay, so you need to know your nouns, verbs, and adjectives to do this because we will be using those parts of speech today. So yeah, so stretchy sentences. So this helps us add more details to our writing by adding more interesting information to our sentences. The information is enjoyable to the reader. Okay, I'm gonna read that again, and you can pause the video if you want to write this down. It says, this helps us add more details to our writing by adding more interesting information to our sentences. The information is enjoyable to the reader. And I just want to say, when you're writing, you really want your reader to have fun and enjoy what you're reading. Sometimes, this is being quite honest here, sometimes the teacher has a lot of stories to read and he or she has a limited amount of time to correct it, so they have to go through it pretty quickly. And these stories that have a lot of interesting information and nice words and big words and really give a lot of detail. As a teacher, I know how it is. You enjoy reading those stories. It's nice to see how each kid, each child has their own unique and wonderful imagination. And just to see what they come up with is like going into a new world, going into a new place every time I read stories from different people. And um, you really want to encourage that. You really want to encourage creativity and imaginative thinking from the kids. Okay? So, stretchy sentences is a way for you as a student or you as a parent to add more detail, to encourage more detail and add more information to put it down on paper. Because I always tell my students, you need to be able to express yourself. You need to be able to explain what you feel, explain what you are thinking, because the only relationship you have with the examiner or the person marking your paper is what you write. You may have a lot of passion, a lot of feeling, a lot of emotion when you're writing something, but if you don't know how to express it and use adjectives and use nice phrases and stuff, the reader is not going to get that. You're not going to be there to, explain exactly what you feel or how passionate you are about a certain subject. It all comes down to how good a writer you are. You know what I mean? So, stretching sentences is a way for us to add more detail to our writing. And this will help in, like I said, not only language arts, but creative writing as well. Okay? Hmm? Okay, I'll just fix my ring light here. I want to get the brightest option. Cool. Okay, cool. So this here, I hope you can see it here. It's a picture. It says stretch a sentence. Now, the picture here, it shows different options. We have a who, we have a doing what, we have a where, we have a when, and we have a why. Okay? So, what we're gonna do, we could take this simple phrase here, this is not a complete sentence, a cute cat, and we can add some more detail. So we can say what the cute cat is doing. Yeah, we can say what the cute cat is doing. So if I go to the drawing board here or the whiteboard, okay, and if I say a cute cat, pretty simple, right? We were gonna add what? Okay, let me copy this. Let me copy this picture into the whiteboard here so you can see it. You can see it here one time, and then we could work from then on. Okay. If you are there and you want to give me a sentence when you add some detail, you can do so in the chat. The sentence, well, the phrase that I'm going to put it as one. So for number one, we simply have a cute cat. Like I say, this is a cute cat. What is the cat doing? Right? Okay, this is a cute cat. This is a cute cat. Alright. What would be the cat doing? Any ideas? Right? This is a cute cat which is which is what would the cat be doing? Which is sleeping. Or I can say the cute this is a cute cat which is sleeping. Right? This is a cute cat. So that would be number one. Sorry, that would be number one. Number two, I'm gonna add more detail to that. So number two is gonna okay, so number one, going in different levels here. This is a cute cat. Number two is gonna be the this is a cute and it is and it is sleeping. So for number one, we just had a simple sentence. That was a simple sentence there. And for number two, we added an action. So we needed a verb, a doing word. So we can say this is a cute cat and it is sleeping. That was number two. Number three says where. Right? Number three asks us where. So where? We did doing what? Okay, now we need to add where. So where can this cat be sleeping? So we can say next level, this is a cute and it is sleeping. Where will this cat be sleeping? Where will cat be sleeping, guys? Any cat owners? Right? This is a cute cat and it is sleeping on the on the bed. On the bed. This is a cute cat and it is sleeping on the bed. So we have added what the cat was doing and where the cat is now. So we added a what, right? And we added a where. Okay? Next one, we can add a when. We can add a when. Hi, a good evening. Okay, we can add a when. We can add a when. So now, for number four, I'm going to say, this is a cute and it is sleeping on the bed. When would this happen? When would this happen? Well, cats kind of sleep all over, all different times, as far as I know. Okay, so I could say, this is a cute cat and it is sleeping on the bed during This would be a lazy cat during the day. During the day. So this is a cute cat and it is sleeping on the bed during the day. Okay. All right. Okay. Good. So do you see how we added more details? Let me just slow down a little bit here. Okay. Let me just slow down a little bit here. So we were saying from the first level, which is level one, number one, this is a cute cat. That's all. That was the first sentence we had. That's a pretty easy sentence, a pretty simple sentence. It doesn't give a lot of detail. Okay? And we want to add more detail to our sentences. Number two is going to say, um, this is a cute cat, but we want to add what the cat is doing. We're going to add an action word. We're going to add a verb. So we can say, this is a cute cat, and it is sleeping. Okay? For level 3, we can add where, location. Where is the cat right now? We can say this is a cute cat and it is sleeping on the bed. So we're getting some more information, we're getting some more imagination, we're getting more imagery. Okay? Right? Some students who actually in standard 4 and standard 5, sometimes if you're writing your story, your narrative story, you want to add some more detail, you want to add some more expression, and this is a way of stretching your sentences. Do you see how the sentence is getting stretched now? The sentence is getting longer with more information, and it's more interesting information. Okay, so number 4 has, this is a cute cat and it is sleeping on the bed during the day. Okay, because I know cats are kind of a lazy animal. Some of them, not all. Okay, and finally, why? Why would the cute cat be sleeping on the bed during the day? Well, maybe, just like us sometimes, if you eat a big meal, you want to take a sleep after, okay? Probably that's what some people are doing now, right? Because today is Sunday. We can say, this is a cute and it is sleeping on the bed during the day because what? Why would a cat be sleeping on the bed during the day? Why would a cat be doing that in the bed during the day? Maybe because, and this happens to me sometimes, or if I have a big lunch, because he had or it had a big, this being lunch, I learn sooner or later it does come down to food. Okay? This is a cute cat and it is sleeping on the bed during the day because it just had a big breakfast. This is a cute cat and it is sleeping on the bed during the day because it just had a big breakfast. Okay? I am actually, right? I don't really have a favorite animal, but I just don't own a cat right now. Okay? So, again, do you see how the sentence was stretched? Because we added more detail to the sentence. We added who, what, where, when, and why. And doing that, we add more detail to the sentence and make the sentence more interesting. So remember that your story is made up of words. Words make sentences. Sentences make um, paragraphs, and paragraphs make story. Okay? So instead of just thinking about it like a big story, I have to think about it like in a big way. It's a story. Wow, it's a big story I need to write. If you perfect and you get better at your writing of the words and writing of these simple sentences, you can add a lot more detail and make the words, make the sentences, make the paragraphs, and by extension, make your whole story a lot more interesting. A lot more interesting. This also works very well with the five senses, which would be seeing, hearing, tasting, touch, and smell. Um, when you're writing your introductory paragraph for your narrative story, and you would see a lot of those things on the channel, the exemplary stories, narrative, and narrative descriptive stories on this YouTube channel, the writer always uses the five senses in the beginning paragraph. So it catches the reader attention, it gives words, it gives feeling, it gives emotion. It makes the reader feel that you are there, right there in the story. Okay? Okay? Right? So this all this is being recorded. You don't have to take this down. If you're looking at the recording and not the live right now, you can pause it and have a look at how we stretched the sentence and made the sentence longer. Not just longer, but definitely much more interesting. Okay, right? So I think the first line was number one. That's the first level was number one. That had five words, and the last level, number five, had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we went from five words to 22 words, which is a big jump. Okay, which is a huge jump actually. Okay, so again, we are looking at stretchy sentences today, right? Um, I think someone was asking like what level would this class be for? It's actually geared towards generally, quite generally, two, threes, and fours. And I say that because I don't want to make it sound so broad, but I know some students have little gaps in their foundation and they should be strong in some parts of their work, but they are not. But you can't really look at them and see that unless you see that the way that they write, or they handle words, or they could express themselves. So this definitely would help these students along the way in doing that. Okay, right? So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do another one, right? We're gonna do another one. Okay. So if I say oh, I could just erase this portion here and work it from there. Right. Okay. Good. So if I have a first sample sentence and I say, um, um, the firefighter, the firefighter is, um, firefighter is what? The firefighter is kind. Okay, the firefighter is kind, which is a complete sentence. Which is a complete sentence. So that is going to be my sample sentence. And if you're writing a story, that's good. The firefighter is kind. Okay, but you want to add some more detail. So for the who, we can give the firefighter a name. You give the firefighter a name. Let's say the firefighter could be Paul. Is a kind firefighter. Paul Smith is a kind firefighter. So now we give a name to the person, adding some more detail. Not just any firefighter. Paul Smith is the kind firefighter. Okay? Alright, very simple. I'm taking it very slow. Okay? Paul Smith is a kind firefighter. So that would be that level. Now we are going to add um, some action words. Right? Paul Smith is a kind firefighter. Right? Paul Smith is a kind firefighter. I can say Paul Smith always or Paul Smith always smiles. And he is a kind firefighter. Paul Smith always smiles and he is a kind firefighter. So the verb there would be smiling, right? The verb there would be smile, to smile. That would be the verb there, the action word. Paul Smith always smiles and he is a kind firefighter, right? Where? Where would this be happening? Where would this happen? Okay. Let's say, let's say, um, at the fire station. That's where he works, I guess. Paul Smith, um, is Paul Smith is always Paul Smith always smiles, and he is a kind firefighter at the fire station. You think this sounds like oversimplistic, but all this little detailed information really makes a story more expressive. Okay? Paul Smith always smiles and he is a kind firefighter at the fire station. Okay? It really gives an imagery. It really gives the reader an help to imagine and actually visualize and see what the writer is writing. All those books, that you guys read for school, they are chosen because the writer really has the ability to make you, as the reader, use your imagination and try to, have a mental picture. That is why there was a book called The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I have it on my desk here, and that is one of the books. I think they have it as a Form One book, which is a really really good book. And there is a movie to it as well. There is a movie about it as well. But I always tell students, if you're gonna read a book, particularly that book, read it before you look at the movie, because if you read it before, you are gonna get a chance to create your own imagination and your own imagery, and you're gonna see it using your eyes. But if you look at the movie before you read the book, you are um, you are really gonna get another person idea or imagination forced on you. Okay? I think that's so amazing because I remember when these movies come out and everything, right? Um, they sell out pretty quickly because most of these blockbuster films, um, they came up because of creative writing, and people who read these stories, read these books, they have their own imagery, and they can't help but to go see when the movie is out to see another person's interpretation of what they read. Okay, right? I don't really like Harry Potter, but I would mention it in that case. Those books that were written, um, a lot of people read the books, and when the movie came out, they need to go and see that movie because they already have a relationship with an idea and imagination and imagery working with the head already because they already read the books. Okay? So this kind of expressive writing really helps the person reading a story feel a certain way and helps them to imagine and be where you want them to be in your writing. Okay? Right. So, yeah, Paul Smith always smiles and he is a kind firefighter at the fire station. When? When? Right? When would this happen? Paul Smith always smiles. I should have put, I should have put always for when. Paul Smith always smiles. Um, fire station. Always for time. But anyway, Paul Smith always smiles, right? And he is a kind firefighter at the fire station. Well, I think always is counted for the time, right? Yeah, I cannot jump the gun a little bit there. I could have just put Paul Smith smiles and he is a kind firefighter. Paul Smith smiles and he's a kind firefighter at the fire station. When Paul Smith always smiles and he's a kind firefighter at the fire station. Always would account for when. Right? So Paul Smith smiles and he's a kind firefighter. Paul Smith smiles and he's a kind firefighter at the fire station. And lastly, Paul Smith always smiles and he is a kind firefighter at the fire station. Okay? Right? And then, right? Finally, why? Why would this gentleman, Paul Smith, why would he always be smiling, right, at the fire station? Well, we could put a reason. We could put a reason. We can say Paul Smith always, always smiles loves his community and he is a kind firefighter at the fire station. If you want to know why I'm writing fire station in capital letters, it's a proper noun. Okay? Alright? So I have here Paul Smith always smiles because he loves his community and he is a kind firefighter at the fire station. Okay? Alright? So this would be the different levels. First level was the firefighter is kind. Then we added a who. Then that became Paul Smith is a kind firefighter. Then we added a what is being done, action word. Paul Smith smiles and he is a kind firefighter. Then we added a where. Paul Smith smiles and he is a kind firefighter at the fire station. Then we added a when. Paul Smith always smiles and he is a kind firefighter at the fire station. Then we added a why. Paul Smith always smiles because he loves his community and he is a kind firefighter at the fire station. Alright guys? Okay. So this is a pretty easy class, but sometimes it is so simple that if you think about it, it's a really good way to add some more detail to your story. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna write some you guys could get this, you could pause the video and get this here. This would be on the YouTube channel after. So you could pause the video and get it now if you're looking at the recording here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some sentences, right, that you can try, and if you want, you can write them in the comment section under this video, or you can WhatsApp me. But if you want others to see and see if you guys could add more details to the sentences, you can write it under the comment section of this video on the YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm just gonna erase what we did there, right, and give you guys some base sentences to work with. Right, so you're adding a who, what, where, when, and why. All right, and I'm gonna say, I'll write in blue. I'm gonna say, try to stretch the following sentences. Right? Try to stretch the following sentences. So I'm gonna say, you could try A. A would be the ball is, or I should say the baby. I'll get back to that soon. The baby is the baby is nice. The baby is baby is. Hmm. The baby. All right, I'll give it. The baby is nice. B. Ball. Sky is. The sky is dark. The sky is dark. A lot of descriptions here. Right. D. You can say. Um, Maria. Maria is sad. Maria is sad. Okay, so let's try those stretchy sentences. If you could stretch them out, you can do them for homework. Um, it will be great, like I said, to put them in the chat so you can write them in the comment section and you can correct it right there as you go along, right? But try to stretch these following sentences here, right? And that would be pretty much um, a way to get some more detail in your story. So let me just do a quick recap on the nouns, verbs, and adjectives. Okay, so remember, guys, remember that a noun is a naming word. It names people, places, animals, things, and emotions. So, for example, here we have, let me just take that off because I know the ticker is blocking you, right? So we have Bob Marley, which would be a proper noun, that's the name of a person. We have beach, the name of a place. Bird, the name of an animal. Bat, the name of a thing. Happiness, the name of an emotion. Okay? That would be your nouns. Right? Then we have our adjectives. Remember, an adjective describes a person, place, animal, thing, or thought. It describes how a thing looks, sounds, tastes, smells, and feels. Adjectives can be colors or words that describe temperature, shapes, and sizes. For example, this is a friendly person. The adjective is friendly. Historic, sight. The adjective is historic. Wildcat, wildcat. The adjective is wild. Juicy fruits, juicy fruits. The adjective is juicy. And happy face, happy face. The adjective is happy. Okay, right? And that is it for today, guys. So this would be um, the words that you can try. Try this. Try to stretch the following sentences. A. The baby is nice. B. The ball is red. C. The sky is dark. And D. Maria is sad. Maria is sad. Okay. So try to stretch those sentences, and you can write them in the chat, and I'll take a look at them because I'm in full charge of the YouTube channel now. Okay. Right. Yeah. Pretty much. And the lesson for the day. Remember, if you finish before time is called, check over your work for tests. If you have time left over when you're doing an exam or test, always check over your work. I remember a time I got all correct in an exam, but I didn't get it back at the end of class because I did not check over my work because I actually forgot to write my name. I didn't write my name, and the teacher was like, have a great week and God bless you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, if you want to get into contact with me, I'll see the information there.